everybody, and welcome back to the Up the Guts podcast. Joining as always is your host, Trent Yolden, or as a lot of you might know me as Tricky, and that is round 2 of footy officially completed now. A lot of people who would do Supercoach know that either round 2 or round 3 is also the start of Supercoach, so that is exciting times. But it was a bit of a disappointing round, some shock results is the word I'm looking for. Shock results, some disappointing performances as well. Obviously, GWS and Gold Coast also had the bye. I apologise if my voice is a bit husky. Just woke up with it a bit. No, I had it a bit yesterday as well. So, but I'm going to get this episode out to you guys. So, just so I let you know, I apologise in advance if you can notice it. If you can't notice it, just imagine I didn't say anything. But no, a little preview of what's going to happen today. We're going to go over, obviously, each round and then go over the tier list. If you weren't listening, if you didn't listen last week, the categories on the tier list is excellent. So anyone that's had an excellent performance in this round, and probably the top tiers, if they played like that every week, are my top tiers, top seeds for the teams. Contender. So if they play like that, I believe they could be a contender for the flag and finals. Decent. It was okay, but nothing out of this world. Disappointing, self-explanatory. And the bottom one is 5 a.m. at St Kilda Beach. No one wants to go to St Kilda Beach at 5 a.m. for a recovery session, especially if it gets to the middle of the year, in the later months, like that June, July, mid-season, when it will be really, it'll be negative degrees going into it. So that would be a punishment. That is my punishment I'm giving out to the clubs who put in disgusting performances. Then we'll also go over how I went in the tipping. Then the tipping competition, Up the Guts tipping comp, how the standings are looking right now, and then go over the Supercoach as well, how that went for the round, the Up Guts tipping comp, and who scored the highest round. But without further ado, let's get into the episode, and starting off with Thursday night. Thursday night, we had Carlton v Hawthorn, and it was Hawthorn who got the job done by 20 points over Carlton. It's 8 goals, 12-60, defeated by 12-8-60. And multiple goal kickers we looked at were Zach Williams was the only multiple goal kicker for Carlton with 2. Mario Chol kicked 3 for the Hawks. Watson, Hardwick, and Gunston all kicked 2. Some of the leading disposal getters on the ground, we had Cripps with 29, 18 of them contested and 11 clearances. Chera had 28 to go on the goal. Hewitt had 28 to go on the goal, 11 clearances, 11 tackles, and 7 score on. So a good performance there from George Hewitt. As for Hawthorn, you had Newcombe leading the way with 32, 20 of them being contested, 11 tackles, 9 clearances, and 9 score moments, and went head-to-head with Cripps after it was over second quarter in the second half. Went head-to-head and held his own, probably arguably outplayed him. Some of the other performance there for the Hawks, you had Will Day, he had 26, and Massimo D'Ambrosio had 25. Now, talking points was Charlie Curnow pushed into this when he clearly wasn't ready. He didn't look fit. He was getting a massage at quarter time and having pickle juice. It wasn't that hot, and even if it was, why would you be having why would you be cramping the first quarter if you were fit? So I just think they rushed him in. Arguably the best ruck in the comp at the moment as we speak. I know he's only played the 2 games, but it's TDK, and he continued his form with 40 hit-outs, 19 disposals, and 7 clearances. So he said, I've got him in my Supercoach team. He's done me well so far, and I'm looking forward to see how he can continue to do it, because he just looks like another man finally living up to that potential, looking to take the competition by storm. He'd probably be the all-Australian ruckman at the moment, I reckon. Connor McDonald suffered another ankle injury, adding to the one that he suffered on pre-season camp. So they'll be one of the high half forwards that the Hawks lose. They'll lose there. Jesse Motlop had an almost game, showed signs of playing when he was playing higher up the field. Gabbard 16 disposals, Gabbard 19 disposals, kicked 1 goal, 3, laid 6 tackles, had 2 clearances and 8 score involvements. Now we go over to the rankings. So Hawthorn, it's got to be an excellent performance. And Carlton, I'm willing to give them decent. No, I'm giving them disappointing. I changed my mind last second. Now, Friday night, Footscray v Collingwood. I happened to be there too. I have posted a vlog out on the channel, a little short 6-minute vlog. So if you haven't gone to watch that and you're interested in watching that, go see behind the scenes of what it was like. The atmosphere was absolutely electric for Footscray's 100th year anniversary. And it was the Pies who got the job done by 6 points. Darcy was enormous for the Footscray. Were kicking 4. Schultz, Hills and Sidebottom kicked 2 for the Pies. Liberatoria led the way as captain, 34, a goal, 9 clearances and 7 inside 50s. Dale off halfback had 31 at 90%. Richards continuing his form in the midfield, 27, 5 clearances, 10 inside 50s, 9 score on 644 metres gain. Nick Dacos is finally on the ball for the Brownlow medal votes after his 39 disposals, 9 clearances, 8 inside 50. 8 inside 50s, 11 score on 543 metres gain. Scott Pennebury in his record-breaking game was still side bottom at 26, going at 85% efficiency and 11 score enrolments, while Josh Dacos off half-back, his new profound role, had 25 as well at 84% efficiency. What a game. You'll see in my vlog how nervous I was going into that last quarter and how intense and how much we celebrated because we nearly lost it. Reid McInnes went down early with injury in the first quarter. I think it was in the first 4 minutes, and it's confirmed to be an ACL, so he'll miss the remainder of the season, which is really disappointing for Reid McInnes. By all means, had a really good pre-season, playing down as a key defender, somewhere where the Pies have been lacking. So he was just to find a consistent spot in the team, and now he'll have to sit out the remainder of the season. So it'll be interesting to see. I think they're going to have to bring back Billy Frampton and play alongside Moore because Moore's just not capable of playing the number 1 key forward, and they need someone down there. Howe's is a bit too small. David King on SCN today did suggest Dan McStay. Wouldn't be against that, but I think maybe we give it to Billy or Charlie Dean, but I'm more on Billy Frampton. Next one. Obviously, I mentioned skills. Scott Perrin still side bottom in their 308th game together, which is an AFL record. Amazing play they have been. And Sam Darcy continue to show why he'll be a headache for key defenders in 10 plus years. He kicked 4 goals and also took 8 marks. That was enormous. Now, Footscray, I thought their performance was decent. Even though they lost, there was a decent performance, only going down with 6 points. And Collingwood, decent. I thought the Pies played really poorly watching it live. Turned the ball over a lot. Should have, with a depleted midfield and a shortened back line, meaning like no Liam Jones, they should have taken more advantage of that, but they weren't able to do that. And so I don't think their performance just has to go in only decent. Now we move on to the Saturday games, and the first game we had was Essendon v Adelaide, and this was a massive game, meaning massively scored. Essendon went down by 61 points in the end, 15-10, 100, defeated by 25-11, 161. Essendon scored 100 and still lost. Merritt kicked 4, Edwards kicked 3 on debut. Like to look at Tom Edwards, mature age pickup. Draper kicked 3, playing more as a forward with Nick Bryan. Max Bryan's the Brisbane Heat BBL player. With Nick Bryan in the ruck. Kako kicked 2 as well. For the Crows, Keys and Rochelle both kicked 4. Fogarty and Thilthorpe kicked 3. Rankin, Neil Borland and Saligo all kicked 2. Disposals-wise, Merritt was best in a losing side, was best on ground by a mile, had 36 to go along with 4 goals, 6 clearances, 11 inside 50s, 2 goal assists, 9 score involvements, and 748 metres gained. Not much more Zach Merritt could have done it in that. Best performance of the round by an absolute country mile. Other performance, you had Caldwell, 27 and a goal, and Stardust, 25, 14 contested, and 11 clearances. Unfortunately, Stardust will have to sit out of the next round. Let me just pull up the X1 again. I just want to confirm what it was. Stardust injury. Yeah, so he's broken his finger and he won't be available again till round 5 due to the bite. So he won't be available again till round 5. So that's unfortunate for Sai, someone who I think has come back, had a really good preseason. He's come back looking really well. Top 5 pick, I believe he was a pick 5, so has all the talent. So hopefully he can come back in the form like he has started this season. Excuse me. Dawson for the Crows had 33 to go on 5 clearances, 6 tackles, 11 inside 50s and 775 metres gain. Crouch had 32, 7 clearances and 3 goal assists. Saligo was enormous. I thought he's really taken big steps in the competition. 27 to go along with 2 goals, 5 clearances and 9 scoring moments. Are the Crows the real deal? After kicking 161, it's hard not to. They look electrifying with ranking up there. And the 2 big forwards in Thilthorpe and Fogarty. And then when the forwards, small forwards kicking goals like that, Keys, we know he's going to run hard all day and go at 110%, tackle hard, apply the pressure, and he's skillful as well. And Rochelle, when Rochelle's at his best, he's an absolute amazing player. So if all them can put it all together, then they've added Neil Bullen during the offseason, who you know will run up and down. I'm interested. I think the Crows could be the real deal this year. And before we even move on to that, I'm putting the Crows' performance in excellent. What have I opened up here? I've gone to print the page. It's no other spot where excellent. The only query we had on the Crows was how were they going to perform coming over to the MCG, because we know that they're really good at Adelaide, but I didn't know how they were going to be coming over to the MCG. But they've proved a lot of people probably wrong, and so they have to go on the excellent thing. They snapped a 2,822 day winless streak at the MCG. Ben Keys had a day out and always has a day out lately against Essendon. He had 22 disposals, going to 82%, kicking the 4 goals, 11 marks, 2 goal assists. And Zach Merritt equaled a career high with 4 goals. And Isaac Rankin's early goal of the year contender, what a goal that was. Tucking it under his arm, couple of bounces and finishing it from about 40 on the boundary. Enormous. Tom Edwards kicked 3 on debut as a 24-year-old SSP player pickup. Good signs for the Bombers there. They might have someone in there. I really like the look of him. But Essendon, they have to go in disappointing. Oh, no, you're not that. Oh, let me go. They're trying to fight themselves in the decent. They were trying to fight themselves in there, but no. This game, we had Port Adelaide v Richmond. Port Adelaide can go straight into excellent. After dominating responding well after the big loss to Collingwood last week, winning by 72 points, 21-14, 140, defeating 9-14, 68. Georgiades kicked 4, Powell Pepper and Rioli kicked 3. The skipper Rosie kicked 2, as well as Burgoyne. For the Tigers, Campbell and Armstrong kicked 2. The skipper Rosie led the way with 39 disposals, 2 goals, 7 clearances. Wines also had 33 to go on the goal and 5 clearances. Burgoyne was another one who's enormous, 32, going 84% efficiency, 2 goals, 8 marks, 7 intercepts, and 11 score onwards. Farrell off the half-back had 31, going 81% to go along with a goal as well, and 8 marks. And Mead also playing that wing half-back had 30, going at 87% efficiency. And the only leading disposal getter for the Tigers was Jacob Hopcott with 24 and 6 clearances. And what a moment it was for Travis Boak, who was superb in his record-breaking 393rd game for Port Adelaide, overtaking Russell Ebert. He had 28 disposals in his record-breaking game for the club, 3 clearances and 7 scorer moments. New recruit Jack Lukosius was subbed out with a knee injury in the first quarter, and I can't remember how long they said he was out for, but it's going to be a while, so that is going to be interesting to watch. Sam Banks also for the Tigers went down with a concussion, but I'm going to have to I can't be too hard on the Tigers, so I didn't expect him to back it up again, so I'm just going to have to put him in disappointing. Saturday night, St Kilda v Geelong. St Kilda v Geelong, and it was the Saints who just managed to hold on 15-8-98, defeating 13-13-91. Higgins, who's an underrated small forward in my opinion, just consistently kicks goals every week, applying pressure as well. Kicked 4, Winhager, Wood, Owen, Sinclair, and Collard kicked 2, and Keeler kicked 1 goal on debut as well as about 6 cramps, but he looked like a good presence, 198 centimetre South Australian. He looked like a good player that have picked up there, really good height, and battled hard all day. For the Cats, Dempsey, Cloesi, Stengel, Neal all kicked 2. Disposals, McRae backed up his performance last week with an even better performance this week. 35 disposals, going at 83% efficiency, 9 clearances, 10 tackles, 7 inside 50s, and 10 score involvements. Wangani Malira had 29 with 8 intercepts. Marshall was enormous with 29 disposals, 32 hit-outs, 7 clearances. Jones had 27 to go along with 5 tackles and 8 score involvements. Played a really important role playing off a wing, running with the likes of Dempsey, who run all day and playing a really good role in them. Wood also had 26, 2 goals, 10 marks. Sinclair, 25, going at 84% efficiency and 2 goals. And Winhager, who ran with... He ran with Max Holmes, and did a really good job. He had 25 to go with 2 goals as well, 5 tackles and 2 goals. Humphreys was the leading disposal getter for Geelong with 22, 8 marks, 8 intercepts and 7 rebound 50s. I think Geelong have to go in decent just for the fact of how they responded. It would have been 5 a.m. St Kilda Beach if they hadn't responded like they did in that second half and especially in the last quarter. But on the Saints... path, they're excellent. The way that they dominated the game, but they managed to hold on to because it got really stressful, especially if you're a Saint fan, thinking I thought Geelong were going to have it, but they managed to hold on, so props off to them. Then we move over to the Sunday games. I've written Sunday twice here. But our first game on the Sunday was Brisbane v West Coast, and it was Brisbane who got the job done by 19 points. Not an easy one, though. Didn't lead, I believe, until the last quarter or late in the third, and West Coast was still leading, and they got the jump on them early. Brisbane 14-10-94, defeating West Coast 11-9-75. Archie and Morris both kicked 3. Hipwood, McLaughlin on debut, both kicked 2. Liam Ryan kicked 3. Brockman, Duor, who had a really good game, kicked 2. Kicked 2. Kicked 2. I'm just looking at it. I've skipped over the talking points of this game, but I've got ones for the next game. I just thought it was interesting. Disposal getters, we had Neil, 35, a goal, 8 clearances, 10 inside 50s, 7 score involvements at 582 metres gained. Standing Lockie Neil, if you ask me there. Zorko, 28, going at 89% efficiency, 11 marks, and 671 metres gained. Berry also had 26, going at 12 marks. Tim Kelly responded this week after a poor performance last week and was under the microscope a lot. He had 29, 6 clearances, and Marek, in his newfound role of half-back, had 26, 8 rebound 50s, and 511 metres gained. I guess the main question is Harley Reid. What's the go there, hey? He just doesn't look... I'm going to say it, and by all means, I'm not trying to knock down Harley Reid, but he's looking a bit chunky. He's come back. I'm sure he's going to build into this season. I've got no doubt about that. He'll build into this season because he's a superstar. Still at the 15 and 6 clearances. But what I've explained consistently to mates as well, on a consistent basis, everyone's put Harley Reid on this pedestal, but he's not going to be the guy who's going to go out and get you 30 every week. He's a game changer. He's going to get you 20 and 2. That's more the type of game you're going to see from Harley Reid consistently. 20 and 2, 25 and 3. He's a goal-kicking mid who can change the game off his own boot. He's not a guy who's going to go and get bulk touches every week. So I think that's where we need to ease up on Harley Reid because he was never that guy during his under-18s, the guy who was consistently getting 30s, 35. He was a guy who was getting 21 and kicking 2 or 3. Breaking a few tackles, bursting away, getting bulk clearances and providing some electric moments that you made you sit back and go, wow, this kid is a superstar. But yeah, that's the only thing I've got for that game. Brisbane, I'm just going to put in decent because they can't be starting games like that. That was really, if they had lost, they would definitely go on 5 a.m. St Kilda Beach. But West Coast, I'm also going to go in decent because especially in that first half, they looked really good. I liked the performance of Tyler DeWyatt. I thought he looked really good, grabbing 20 disposals as well as his 2 goals. So one to look out for there. I believe he's only 21, so it's good. One to look out for there. The penultimate game was North Melbourne v Melbourne, and Jesus Christ, North Melbourne are on the board, and they are on the board in a big way. Excuse me. Beating the Demons by 59 points, 19-11, 125, 9-12, 60 to 9-12, 66. Kanga, roo, indeed. Zerha was enormous with 4. Curtis provided a big presence down there with 3. Larky with 3. Darling with 2. As for Melbourne, Chandler was really good with 3. Leading disposals, Caleb Daniel, 31, 11 rebound, 50s, and 778 metres gain. Slow down, Trent. You're talking too fast. I'm getting too excited because I love the look of this Kangaroo side, the way they play this week, the week just gone. Power was enormous, 31 80, at 84% efficiency, a goal, 8 clearances, 2 goal assists. Sheasel had 28 as well as 8 score moments. Oliver was huge for Melbourne, though. He can hold his head up high. 36, a goal, 12 clearances, 9 score moments. Vining had 27. Chandler had 25, 3 goals. So he was good. And Sparrow also had 25 to go and 6 clearances. North ran wild in the MCG, and the first half was really electrified, I think, by this man, Tom Power. He was on fire in the first half with 22 disposals, a goal, 6 clearances, 2 goal assists, and 7 score moments. But another player I want to highlight. He's a fan favourite, a lot of it because of the work he does in the 200-plus podcast with former guest Nick Butler, but it's Charlie Comben, or we like to call him Chom. He was a brick wall down there in defence with 16 disposals, got 88% efficiency, 12 marks, and 12 intercepts, but really came to light, especially in that third quarter, where he had 8 disposals, 6 marks, and 6 intercepts. So I was really impressed there. As I mentioned, Paul Curtis is finally starting to put it together and becoming a consistent player up forward. So strong for his hips, just so strong for his chest. Just a real strong, solid, stocky player. Kicked the 3 goals too, 22 disposals, 6 marks, and 11 score. That's a big game. Tristan Cherry, who I think is the best. Him and TDK are probably the top 2 rucks in the competition now after he took down Max Gawn with... Cherry had 29 hit-outs, 20 disposals, a goal, 12 clearances, and 10 score moments to Max Gawn's 27 and 11 disposals. Interesting to see Simon Goodwin come out and say the stuff about Max Gawn fighting, having some problems behind the scenes, personal problems. So we wish Max Gawn all the best. But at the same time, I don't think that was Simon Goodwin's place to come in and speak about that. And he has got some backlash about that. And Jack Darling in his 300th game. What a player Jack Darling has been. Kick 2. I just want to pull up some of Jack Darling's stats. I didn't have that prepared. I probably should have. So bear with me. I just want to pull up Jack Darling career stats, just to show the type of player he has been. Jack Darling career stats. Here we go. As we load. He's played... Oh, this hasn't refreshed, eh? Oh, no, here we go. It has. He's played, obviously, 300 games, 535 goals. He's a 4-time West Coast leading goal kicker. He's a premiership player, 2019 All-Australian, and a 3 times in the 22 under-22 team. So he's just been a magnificent player. Probably went under the radar at West Coast purely for the fact he had a superstar in Josh Kennedy there, who was an absolute star, played second fiddle to Josh Kennedy, but was a great player there. And I think he's a really good pickup for North Melbourne, taking the load a bit off Nick Larkey and helping Nick Larkey not having to do it all down there within the tall defenders. Because I'm liking the look at Paul Curtis, but he's not your tall forward. North Melbourne have to go in excellent. There's no other spot you can put them. And there's no other spot you can put Melbourne, which is 5am St Kilda Beach. Next up, we have got the last match of the round, Fremantle v Sydney at Optus, and it was Fremantle dropping a game at home. Now, I'm so big on this. Freo between them and Geelong, have the biggest advantage in a home ground. They can't be dropping games at home, especially after the big raps that they've had on them coming into this season. They just can't be doing that. And the first opportunity they get, what do? They drop a game at home. So it's not a good start for the Dockers. Was talked up a lot coming into this season with all their big recruits they've picked up. Still plenty of time, but it's just disappointing. 9-11-65 defeated by 9-14-68. But one of the players that can hold his head up high, and he's really, last season was his breakout year, and he had a poor game last week, but really shone this week with Josh Tracy. It was kick 4 for the Swans. McLean coming back into the side, kick 2, which allowed McCartan to go back, which looks a lot better, I think. McCartan down there back, and Marty and McLean down there with the likes of Haywood and Papley around them. Marty 2 as well. Riley Bice off half back kicked his first AFL goal too, so well done to Riley Bice. Jago O'Meara was really good, 32 with 5 clearances, while also playing on Isaac Heaney, limited Isaac Heaney's impact in the game, keeping him to 21 disposals. No goals, that's a big thing, I think. He had 6 clearances and 21 disposals, but if you're stopping Isaac Heaney from hitting the scoreboard, you're doing a really good job. as he is a goal-kicking mid, as all the Swans players are. O'Driscoll also newly found role in the midfield with Hayden Young out. He's taken that step up and he's looked really good. Had 25, 8 inside 50s and 523 metres gain. Warner was good for the Swans, 26 disposals, a goal, 5 tackles, 10 inside 50s and 727 metres gain. Lloyd playing a halfback and bit of wing, had 25 at 92% efficiency, 10 marks and 7 score onwards, while Matt Roberts had 25 and 524 metres gain. All right, we love him down here. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get this right. But when you need a match winner, the man stands up. The Amati party stands up. Joel Amati, take a bow. Now, if you watched last season, the podcast, you know we had a side built all around Joel Amati, the Amati Party 22. The players that bring the energy on the field, but would also be a good time off the field. That's what that song comes in. I love Amati, love his aura, love the way he play. I think he could be a really good talent. He's not going to be a guy who's going to consistently kick your bags, but he's a guy that pops up in key moments like this. He's done this a couple of times now, so hats off to Joel Amati. I think James Jordan is coming the number one tagger in the competition. Took another scalp in Caleb Sarong, keeping him to just 19 disposals. Caleb Sarong did kick a goal, 5 clearances, but didn't have the same impact as he would had a game. Jordan himself had a really good game on the offense as well, collecting 24 disposals and 10 clearances. Tom McCartan went back and had a really good battle with Josh Tracy. Tracy finished with 4 goals, 30 disposals and 7 marks, while McCartan had 15 disposals, 5 marks and 9 intercepts. I would argue Josh Tracy, or if Triple M would call him Dick Tracy, was the winner in that one. Swans have found a player in mature age pick up Riley Bice. His willingness to back himself with his disposal and take the game on, I think, is something I've really noticed. Had 14 disposals at 93% efficiency, and injuries for the Dockers. We had Brandon Walker with a shoulder. Dockers, again, disappointing, I'm going to have to put it. And Sydney, contender. I'm just going to have to put him in the contender. We need someone to go in there. But all right, now let's have a look at the Up the Gut Supercoach tipping competition. First off, I mentioned $50 is going to go to the highest scoring round. So let's just have a look how that is. I know it's not myself. I'm pretty sure I was the third highest. I got 1,953. My highest scoring player, let's have a look, was Jack McRae, 162, and I had to see on Tristan Cherry, which worked out really well as he scored 136. I'm looking to get Riley Sanders out though, so leave a comment below who you think I should bring in as well. Who's some locks that I should be looking to bring in. Sam de Koning is very much on my radar. But so if we look over, that's what I was doing. Look over at the high scoring team. If we have a look, 1951, 19. The highest scoring team was Bailey Sniff, 1,906, and that is Jamie's team. I just want to have a look who he vice captain and looped Tom Liberatore, which got him 284, which is really good. He also had McRae, so that was a good one there. So well done to Jamie. In the matchups, we had Riley's Wizards, 1,933, defeating Will's Hot Tours, 1,810. Breeze's Sinclair, 1,751, was defeated by Aiden's Max Zerrett, 1,757. Connor's Dad Kisser, 1,950, defeated Mavs team, 1,716. Myself, Team Tricky, 1,953. Stiff to get the third highest score, but then go down to the second highest scoring team of the round in Luke's Newcomb's 23 with 1,960. Dylan's Churches of Parish, 1,928, defeated Paul's Dallas Domination, 1,882. Chris's Ginnivan and Tonic, 1,661, was defeated by Zach's In It to Win It, 1,848. And as we mentioned, Jamie's Bailey Sniff, 1,967, defeated Joel's Pine of Guinea, 1,852. So well done to Jamie. He's got the highest score. The score to beat, 1,967, going into the rest of the season. And And if we have a look at the standings, as we speak, we'll go over leagues. No. That's not how to do it then. How do we do if we don't get it? If I don't get it, I'll just... Oh, here we go. So on top is actually Connor's dad kiss up with the high percentage. Then it's Zach's in it to win it. Riley's Wizard. Jamie's Bailey Sniff. Dylan's Church's Paris. Luke's Newcomb 23. Aiden's Max Zerrett in 7th. And Brees is Sinclair in 8th. That rounds out the top 8. Let's have a look how the tipping went. We have a look here. I didn't have a great standing. We'll go over the top 8 and what this gives. I got 5 out of 8 correct tips, and I'm 14th and 17th. Not great, and someone should be doing it. In the top 8, we have got equal first. Is their margin the exact same too? Nah. Oh, no, it's not equal. Is it? No, that's equal. No. So up top of that is my brother Corey on 16. He tipped 6 for the week. My mum is equal, is in second alongside Will on in third as well, on both on 15. And I'm not quite sure who that is on 4th. I believe it's. I want to say it's. Setting. Yeah, Alani, so that's Will's, actually Will's nan. She's in 4th. And I just want to see who scored. Did anyone get more than 6? No one got more than 6. And sucked in Connor, he is bottom. So top 8, as we speak, is Corey on 1st, my mum in Wendy in 2nd, Will's Fight Your Mate Dad in 3rd, Alani in 4th, Chris in 5th, Hodgie in 6th, my dad Glenn in 7th, and Zach Wybanger in 8th. So that rounds out the top 8. Now going for who I'm going to tip. We'll end off with the tips that we got for this week. So first game of the round, we got Thursday night, Essendon v Port Adelaide at Marvel Stadium. I think I'm going to have to go Port. Purely for the fact, I think I'm going to have to go Port. Margin, it's not going to be much. I'm going 22 points. Friday night, we got Carlton and Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. I'm going to go Blues. They need to bounce back. They need to respond somehow and get their first win. So I'm going to back them to be this round. Saturday, the first game at 1:20, we got Melbourne and Gold Coast at the MCG. I'm about the Gold. I'm going to back in the Gold Coast. I'm going to back in the Suns. Going to go over Rogue on there and back in the Suns. 4:15 is the second game. St Kilda and Richmond at Marvel. I'm going to go with the Saints. 7:35 Saturday night, Hawthorn v GWS at Tasmania. I'm going to go with the GWS Giants. Also at 7:35 on Saturday night, we have got Brisbane v Geelong at Gabba. I'm going to go with the Lions. Sunday, only got the 2 games. It's Adelaide v North at Adelaide Oval, and I'm going to go with the Crows. And in the last game, it's West Coast versus Freo, the derby. I'm going to go with the Dockers. And if we look at the top 8 at the moment, it's a bit of a mess all around the place, but we've got Hawthorn. This is the order. Hawthorn, Adelaide, GWS, Collingwood, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Geelong, North Melbourne. Well, there you have it, guys. There's episode 142 completed, done and dusted for this week. If you enjoy this, make sure you leave a like and comment on this video, or if you listen to this via Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave a like and comment and leave a 5-star rating on the show, because that's what helps get the show out there. Turn on the notification bell and hit the follow and subscribe buttons. But until next time, guys, I'll see you guys then.